Hey guys, it is Monday here in West Virginia, and today it's time for Mopar Monday. And today we're taking a look at the Plymouth Roadrunner from Auto World. It's the 1973 to 1974 variation that they have, and we're going to take a look at every stock version. They do have a Rat Fink version. I think that's the only other like special paint like pop culture thing that they have with the Roadrunner. And then they have these 8 factory ones that they released for regular retail. And the first release were these two guys here. Now the red one I've wheel swapped. The red one is riding on a set of Magnum 500 wheels from Green Light. So they're a little bit thicker than what you would typically see on an Auto World, but they're not as wide as some of the Green Light wheels. These are one of Green Light's better looking wheels that look a little more stock than some of the others. I love their Mopar rallies, but they're a little bit too wide. But I still favor them more than anyone else's. The wheel of choice for this certain casting by Auto World was the Mopar Rally. That's all they put on them. And actually, I think you see more of them with the Magnum 500 style rally wheels than Mopar Rally. So I'm not sure why they did that, but they did. But yeah, I love the way this car turned out with the wheel swap and such. The counterpart to this one, and this one was a 73, the differences are just a little bit different in the grill and the Natel light style. That's it, and we'll show you that when we take a look at the first set of 73s. Now, the hoods do open on these ones, and these were done well, not done, but they were packaged in an all plastic clamshell style package, and they came in a display case. That was the first couple of years Auto World had come out in regular retail in 1/64th, and they decided to make 3 levels of their cars. They had their Ultra Premium, which would have been these guys with the display case and a PVC plastic package, and they had some kind of article behind the car. Like some of them were from Hemmings, some were from Motor Trend and Car and Driver and so forth. But they'd only lived for a couple of years, and they done away with that series and just went with the 2. They had their mid-grade premium, which were basically the same exact cars as these, and they came with a collector box and the card. It was cardboard with a blister. Then they had their cheaper basic models, which were your plastic wheel and plastic base, and they were also on a card with a blister but no collector box. Nowadays they still have those, but I think the majority of them are Target exclusives, and they come in like 2-packs and 4-packs. And the other premium grade one they have has no collector box anymore. It's just in a basic card with blisters. So that's kind of the package story behind Auto World since they first appeared back in, I think it was 2012, something like that. But yeah, really do like this car. And then the counterpart to it was silver with a red stripe, which is kind of a rare color combo, not one you would see too often. That was the one thing about these cars. You could get different color stripes and such, not like the prior years, 71 and 2. They only came with like I think 2 basic colors, the black and white. You may have been able to get some colors, but I know in 71 they were a little more strict than what they were in other years, because I know like the 71 B body for Dodge, you could only get the black stripes, specifically the Charger and Charger Super B, Charger RT. You could only get black stripes. That was it. But as you can see, this car looks really good in this gunmetal gray metallic with the red strobe stripe and the red hood stripe. And as I mentioned, the Auto World rally wheels, Mopar rallies, are not that bad, but they look a little bit too small to me. That's just my opinion. I don't know what you guys think, but and I know some of these Mopars back then only had 14-inch wheels. Not all of them were 15-inch, but I think the B bodies, they were all 15-inch, but I could be wrong about that. But yeah, it's not a my choice for Mopar rallies in 1/64th. I prefer, as I mentioned, the green light ones, even though they look a little bit too wide. This casting's got a little tiny dent in the wheel lip. And as you can see, this was from Hemming's Muscle Car series or magazine. I think it's Muscle Machines. And you can see your little bird logo back there, trunk lock, Plymouth on the bumper. They did a lot of nice detail on their cars, and they still do. It's just nowadays, I don't know, I see more flaws than what they used to have. Now, second that was released were a set of 74s, and we're going to unbox one of them today. It's my newest and last one I needed to complete the 8. But who knows, they may release more. So here's the 74. So, as I was mentioning, the grill was slightly different. As you can see, the 74 has like 2 bars in the center that kind of split the grill into 2 pieces, whereas the 73 looked more of like a grate style kind of grill, and then the tail lights. And you can see that the backup lens was in the tail light in 74, whereas in 73, I guess it was, I don't know if it was anywhere, maybe by the license plate. I'm not sure where the backup light was, because there's no valence panel back there. But anyways, you could see that the 74 had it in the tail light in the very inside light. So pretty much the same exact car though. And that one looks good in the black. And this is the only one out of all of them that they released that has a vinyl top. This black one with the black strobe stripe and black vinyl top. And as you can see on these years of cars, they had weird vinyl tops where, like, I'm used to seeing like the Lando top where it covers the B-pillar area, if it's only going to be a half top, or a full top where it covers the whole entire roof. But these were a little different. They covered the A pillars and went all the way back to the B pillar and stopped. And then that top part of the roof was bare and the B pillars were bare. And then this one also, trying to get the hoods open on these, but sometimes they're a little bit difficult. I'm not going to get it open on him. But they pretty much all look the same as the red one. So now here's the one that I had today to unbox for you guys. So this was a limited one, only one of 2,500. The next set that we're going to take a look at is even more limited. And these were the second release, I believe, because I got the third release when I was in the Philippines. I think that was the burgundy one and the yellow one, which we're going to look at next. Now, this guy here is more of like a B5 blue. They did blue again in the last release, and I don't know why they did that. I wish they would have picked some other oddball color. Even white would have been fine with me. But the blues are different, but yet similar. And you'll see what I'm talking about soon, or you may already know because you may have them. So let's get this guy out of the package and take a look at him. And this car looks really good in this blue with a blue interior, the white strobe stripe, and the white stripe on the hood. And another thing that I found odd, up till the very last series, they never put go wings on these cars. Not last series, but the last release of these cars, they never used the go wings, which I don't know, that's kind of a thing with the B bodies, especially the 72, well, 71 through 74, I would say. And and even 70s, quite a few of them had them, but I think it trended more in 71 through 74 than 70. But a very nice looking car. Let's see if his hood will open for us. There we go. So yeah, the only difference in the engines is the color of the air cleaner. In 73, it was red or orange with a lighter blue engine. And the engine in this one is that light blue color with a black air cleaner. So that's pretty much the only differences in your engine bay. So moving on to the next release. Now, this is another one I will swapped. And I used Magnum 500s from Auto World. These wheels are actually off one of their new Cornets. They're 68 Coronet. One of them has a little misprint on the paint on one of them, but it's okay. I mean, in my cabinet, it doesn't show that side anyways, and these wheels are not on there too good. They're kind of wobbling around. I need to glue them on to get them to seat on the axle a little better. But I didn't do that because I didn't know if I was going to leave it like this or not. But I did this to make it resemble Daisy Duke 74 Roadrunner from the Dukes of Hazzards in the first season. And then after the first season, or late in the first season, they changed to a 71 Satellite Sebring Plus, I believe, and painted it like this car because this car was too hard to get parts for and things like that because it was newer than the other one. But anyways, this is pretty much the same exact car as hers, except I think hers had a black interior. But the wheels I had to put on it to make it look like hers from a distance anyways. And it goes well with my custom General Lee and my other Dukes of Hazzards vehicles that I got from Greenlight. So pretty cool car. Nice to see yellow on one. It's not my favorite shade of yellow, but I think it's the only yellow you could get in 74. And the counterpart to this one is the maroon or burgundy, or I don't know. It's kind of like almost a burnt color in a way. I was going to say burnt orange, but no, it's got a lot of red in it, so not really a burnt orange. And it does have a lot of metal flake. It's a nice looking color, actually, with the white strobe stripe. And yeah, what's funny is that most of the time you see a white strobe stripe, and then finally in the third release you see a black one. In the first one you had a red strobe stripe. In the last release you get a mix of white and black again, and the first appearance of the Gawain. So car looks good with the white interior with the white stripe. So very cool piece. And it just says 74RR. I wasn't really looking at the plates. I forgot to check this one because they do have cool vanity plates sometimes. And this guy here, it's 74 Roadrunner 318. So this one was really slow. So yeah, after 71, the cars kind of took a hit with their performance. So yeah, that had the 318 in it. So it was just a dressed up satellite pretty much. So anyways, the last release, and I hope it's not the final release of this casting that we'll see. I hope they bring it back with some cool colors and some Go-Wings. I just wish the Go-Wings would have been left black. I know in 74 you could get them color matched to the car, but in the earlier 70s, if you got the Go-Wing, it was usually the same. It wasn't the same color as the car. It was usually black. Sometimes you'd see the color matched ones on some cars, but for the most part, they were black. So that would have really set this car off if they would have done a black spoiler. But as I mentioned, because they had one for 73, so you got, or I'm sorry, it's 74. And this guy here, is this a 74? Yeah, this is a 74 also. So we only seen one set of 73s from them. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I was looking at just taking a quick glance at them, And just noticed that, yeah, there's only one set of 73s. I thought there were two sets of 73s and a set of 70, two sets of 74s, but there's three sets of 74s. And this one says 440 Roadrunner, and had to be a dog though because of the pollution stuff in 74. And I don't think in 74 you could even get the 440. I don't know if it was low horsepower. This is a custom. Somebody put a 440 in their 74 Roadrunner. It's a good looking car, don't get me wrong. It's just I wish they would have done something a little different because the blues are very similar. Both have blue interiors also, and both have the white stripe. Only difference is really the going, and this is more of a base blue, where this is a metallic blue. So that's pretty much it, is differences between the two. I wish they would have done an orange or something like that. That would have been really cool. So here's another 74, and it's in an ugly green, but as I said, it's different, so I don't mind it so much. And it's got a darker green interior, which is cool, with the black strobe stripe. And this is also a 74, and it also says 440 Roadrunner. So I would say these cars are not numbers matching if they were real cars. So, but they're not, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, a good looking car, different with the paint, but these are the kind of colors that you've seen in the mid 70s. So, not really disappointed. As I said, I just wish the goings would have been black, but maybe in 74, it was more common to see them color matched to the car than it was to see them in black, like in 70, 71 era. But anyways, that's the 8 that are out there, guys. Well, there's actually 9. Excuse me. As I mentioned, there's the Rat Fink Roadrunner. I think it's a 74 also, and it's not my cup of tea. It's painted up like a Rat Fink car would be. So, but it's not bad if you are into being complete. If you're a completionist, then that's one you'll need. I just want standard stock looking Mopars in my collection, so that's why I passed on that one. So these are the 8 that are the stock ones, guys. I hope this helps you, inform you on them. And actually, I learned something today too, that there's 6 74s and 2 73s. I thought it was half and half, but I guess not. So, guys, we'll be back again come midweek. We're going to be doing a Thanksgiving thing, maybe some cars that I was thankful to pick up this year, something like that. And then we'll be back again on Friday, and we'll probably do a Free Friday. Actually, instead of the Thanksgiving thing being something you're thankful for, I think I'm going to do a Black Friday thing, but we'll probably do it in the middle of the week instead on Friday. We'll just see what happens. So keep your notification bell turned on. That way you know when we do drop a video, because as I said, we're kind of spontaneous a lot of times. So, and this week I'm kind of undecided when we're going to drop a new one. So be sure to turn on that bell. And if you have not done yet, please subscribe. And I appreciate each and every one of you. And if I'm not back before Thanksgiving, everyone have a happy Thanksgiving.